Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. Today's video is somewhere between a recent haul overview as well as a tutorial on a look that I've been embracing lately. So to elaborate on that, I recently went back to my full-time, highly complex teaching schedule now that summer is over, and I am back to having an obscenely limited amount of time in the morning to get ready. That being said, because my days are long and I'm in front of an audience of sorts all day, every day in my classrooms, it's important for me to feel comfortable and confident when I leave the house. So lately I've been embracing a collection of products that has allowed me to get ready very quickly, and the lasting power in this post-summer, early fall heat has been significant. So I'm excited to share these products with you, discuss how I like to use these products in terms of an application process, and then give you my overall impressions of each of them and how they pertain to my routine. Let's begin with the face. The first product that I recently picked up and have been using frequently since then is the Ardency in Americana Custom Coverage Concentrate. And this line is currently being sold exclusively at select Sephoras. I picked mine up at the Sephora in Hollywood at the Hollywood and Highland Complex a couple of weeks ago. And of course, new foundations, I can't help but be curious. It is definitely my weakness. Anything having to do with the complexion is just infinitely fascinating to me. So I was mesmerized by both the packaging as well as what it purports to do, which is that it's a highly pigmented concentrate, as the name implies, that can be mixed into any water-based, converted into a base product or a foundation. It can also be used in very tiny quantities as a concealer because it is so pigmented you would only want to use it in its purest form as a concealer. The fact that it's so versatile and the fact that the shade match for me, light, medium, olive, was instantly perfect definitely compelled me to pick this up and add it to my foundation collection. Now, a little bit about how I like to use this, and I think this is what's most significant. I like the fact, first off, that I can toss this into my bag. It comes in an airtight pump application, and it's designed to be mixed with some form of moisturizer. So in my case, I've been using my Kanebo Sensai skincare, and I put my day cream on, and then certainly I always follow up with a pump of Le Métier de Beauté Peau Vierge in shade number 2. It's a non-negotiable part of my routine. So I wondered, well, maybe could I mix the Peau Vierge with the custom concentrate to create a foundation? And indeed, I have found that this hybrid is working beautifully. So I just put a pump, my normal pump, onto my hand of the Peau Vierge, and I'll try to cut that in half just to show you. So this is just a tiny bit. I would normally use the whole pump, but since I've already put it on today, I won't waste product. And then I will just put a slightly less than equal amount, in this case, of the Americana Custom Coverage Concentrate. And then what I like to do is mix it with my dampened beauty blender. So I take my beauty blender, I spray it with the Evian, and then I go ahead and actually do the mixing on my hand, using my hand as a palette. And I just dab it together, and then I apply from there. Now, I'm working with a minuscule amount, but this just gives you a sense of how I like to do the mixing. And then I would just dab it onto my face, which, like I said, I applied this hours ago, and the lasting power in this heat has been so significant, which is what's prompted me to keep using it rather than view it as an experimental product that just gets pulled out of the collection once in a while. Anyway, all I do is just dab it into the skin, and it creates the most beautiful medium to full skin-like coverage that I've seen in quite a while, especially for a foundation that's not in any way inordinately expensive. I believe this was under $40. Benefits, besides the obvious portability and versatility of being able to control the coverage of this foundation, include the fact that it's unscented, that it, after 2 weeks of regular trial, has not in any way clogged my pores or irritated my very sensitive skin. It is long-lasting. It seems to resist sweat, which is something I've been doing a lot of in this humid end of summer weather. I've just gone ahead to swatch this light medium olive. Here it is in its thickest form, and sometimes when it's thick it's not always accurate because you're getting more density, but that's what it looks like coming straight out of the pump. Here it is with a smaller quantity, so you can see it's slightly deeper, but it's a great match for my NC 25 to 27 skin right now. And then here is a swatch of the Kanebo Sensai Cellular Performance Foundation, the cream version in Natural Beige. So you can see that these are very similar. The Ardency and Americana foundation range is fairly vast. I do believe if you're interested in a formula like this, there's likely going to be a match for you in the range. I am super excited about a product like this because I feel like in a lot of ways it revolutionizes what we've come to know of foundation. You know, we are in a lot of ways limited to the type of coverage that a certain foundation decides to offer. And in this case, we're liberated enough to be able to create our own sense of coverage if we're comfortable mixing with other mediums like lotion or primer. In this case, my Peau Vierge is a perfect companion to the Americana. So I'm really pleased with this foundation. I'm glad I picked it up on a whim. On to the rest of the face. So after I've taken about 45 seconds to custom mix my foundation using the Peau Vierge and the Ardency and products I've just mentioned, and after having buffed them into my face quickly to make a seamless finish all the way down the neck here, then I go ahead and add a little bronzer. Lately, I've been using the Guerlain Terracotta 4 Seasons bronzer in number 2, which is Natural Blonde. I just use a brush to brush it along my cheekbones, down my nose, across my jowl area, and it's a very quick 15 seconds to create some nice contour and warm up the face. Then I've been sticking with the Marc Jacobs blush in number 204, which is Obsessed. I mentioned it in my Marc Jacobs beauty haul video, and it is a gorgeous luminous peachy pink that looks perfect on the apples of the cheeks. You can see here there's a very luminous radiant pink going on, and I've just applied it right here. Time is on my side, and in this case that means I have an additional 30 seconds to finish my complexion. Then I love to stipple a bit of the La Matière de Beauté Cream Fresh Tint in Mystique, which right now does not look as pale pink as it should. I think it's just because I've stippled it so much, but it is a very luminous, pale, kind of mauve tone baby pink. I've talked about it before in other videos, and I just like to stipple it across here to kind of create a highlight. In this case, you can see how it works so nicely with the Marc Jacobs blush to be a compatible color. It brings the pink flush to the face and just looks like you're lit from within. And then we move on to the eyes. And for me, the eye has been very basic, very simple lately. I've been relying heavily on my By Terry Ombre Black Star in Bronze Moon, which I've mentioned before. It looks like this. It's a beautiful bronzed taupe. It doesn't get too dark. I have it on my eyelids, and as a testament to this particular formula, I put this on 7 hours ago and it hasn't budged. It doesn't crease. I didn't even put it over a primer. It's just the most amazing formula in terms of longevity. So I've been swiping that across my upper lid and just kind of blending out with my fingers to create a seamless finish. And then for the lower lids, because it has been so warm and I'm in a rush, I've just been sticking with my Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon in Blacker Street, which I've also mentioned in my Marc Jacobs haul video. It is a delectable, glossy, highly pigmented jet black. And all I do is run it across, I'll give you a demonstration, run it across my waterline here very quickly. Done. And that's all you need. I don't need to go over it multiple times. You can see how dark that is. This line over here is from, once again, 7 or 8 hours ago. So it doesn't have a lot of fading. It stays very deep, and it And because it is waterproof, it doesn't migrate under the eye. I like this clean look that I've been embracing lately with the eye. It takes me 40 seconds maximum to do it carefully, and a good just 25 if I'm being kind of cavalier about it. Typically for mascara, I've been sticking with the Chanel Le Volume. I know it's kind of a love it or hate it product for people. For me, I'm obviously in the love it land with this. The brush itself is just the perfect size for quick application, and truly with two coats of this mascara, I feel completely ready and good to go. Now, on the drive, should I have some time and a signal, and I promise I'm not doing this while operating the vehicle, but only if I'm at a complete stop, I typically add a bit of highlighter. And the highlighter that I have been absolutely adoring lately is the Jouer Creme eyeshadow in the shade Chiffon, which looks like this. It is a white / gold, and I cannot get enough of this. Here it is on the hand. You can see it's got a very soft luminosity. I know it's an eyeshadow, and I'm treating it as much more than that, and I find that it works as well, if not better, than a lot of the high-end highlighters that I currently own. It's super compact. I feel like this single square will last me forever. There is no fragrance. It doesn't feel excessively oily or emollient to the point where it's sliding around. It's got a kind of nice dryness to it that in this case works beautifully as a highlighter. And this is what I'll do. I have a little bit on from earlier, and that's a testament to how long it lasts, but I'll add some more just for demonstrations purposes. What I do is I put a little bit right here, and I just swipe it along my brow bone, like that. And a little more here, boom, blend it in. I can even blend it, should I wish, into the By Terry, so there's a nice seamless kind of ombre effect. And then I just take a little bit across here, my upper cheekbone, a little more in here. If I feel like it, down the nose, Cupid's bow, on the chin, if I feel like a little more across here. And I'm done. But the luminosity that this imparts is absolutely delightful. And the fact that I am carrying around the only highlighter that I really need throughout the day in this extremely diminutive little case just is a bonus for me. So I love when I can find a product that works for more than what it's intended, and this definitely fits the bill for that. Highly recommend the Jouer Cream Eyeshadow in Chiffon for all the reasons I have just mentioned. It's, for me, are typically a nude affair. I do embrace the pinky nude lip as much as humanly possible. A couple of nude products that I've been working with extensively over the last couple of weeks are as follows. First off, I picked this up in my Sephora haul that initially inspired this video in my head. It's the Becca Lip Primer Perfector, and I have been putting it on as a base. I'll put some on my hand here. It's not meant to impart color, but it does fill in the lip area comfortably. It adds a bit of hydration. It kind of dries the lip down. I know that sounds kind of oxymoronic, but my lips feel balanced, and yet they're not so moisturized that that feeling is going to combat whatever lip color I slide on over it, and textures are now at war with one another. This just kind of prepares it to be the perfect texture for the lip color, and I feel like my lip color adheres better when I put this on. Also, it tends to keep my lip color from migrating, flaking, drying out. So all in all, I can't put my finger on exactly what's going on here that I like so much. I just know that I really like it, and as a first step, it's been one that I haven't missed. Onto the nude lip. Right now, I'm wearing a combination of two colors, and those two colors are from Ardency In, like the foundation I mentioned, as well as Too Faced. So let's talk about these products for a moment. The Americana Natural Lip Color Pencil in Bowery is kind of a pink tinged nude. And I'll put it here on my inner wrist so you can get the best sense of color. Here it is right here. So it imparts a nice nude right away. I can add a little more here. Just kind of fill it in. It's kind of like lipstick and lip pencil all in one. Also, with regards to this product, it is retractable, which means that instead of having to sharpen this, I can just twist up from the bottom, which I'm not ready to do, but I could, And I like the fact that I don't need an extra accoutrement to keep this lip ready. The next product is the Too Faced Lip Injection Color Balm. And this is in a really special shade name called Never Enough Nude, which completely resonates with my heart. At any rate, I have read mixed reviews on this formula. Because it's a lip injection product, that means that it's tingly and it's intended to plump the lips. Now, I feel like my lips are indeed more plumped when I use this, so I feel like it's effective for me, but some people vehemently dislike the tingly properties that a plumper can yield. I don't mind. Notice that Never Enough Nude is a bit lighter and pinker than the Ardency and Bowery. So the two of these together create this, which is a full pale nude that is not so nude that it washes out the face. And that's why I like putting both on very quickly in the morning. I get enough precision to stay in the lip lines, but it doesn't have to be so perfect, and that works out really well with my limited time. The final step that I might embrace as the day makes this a requirement is a little powdering up of the skin. And I've been using the Kanebo Sensai Triple Touch Compact. It looks like this, and that is in shade 2, which is medium. And I love this multi-layered little device. Up here, you have a primer of sorts that can kind of act as a clear mattifier. It also can fill in pores. Over here is a concealer that coordinates with that sense of medium. I would say it's light to medium. And I might tap that in the under eye region if I notice any eye makeup migration, just to clean things up very quickly. I love the fact that it's so accessible. And then you can lift, and right in here, this is the powder. It's super finely milled, very silky. You can barely see where I applied it. It has a lovely luminosity, and I tend to just forego the pad entirely and use my Chanel Lace Beiges Kabuki brush, the retractable one, so it stays clean in my bag. And I just tap just the slightest bit and go across the areas of my face where I might need to clean up any excess oil production. I truly hope you enjoyed this hybrid of a haul video and a look video, all with the intent of describing how a few carefully curated products can work together to create a complete and polished look in a matter of 5 or 6 minutes in the morning. So I have tested these products extensively and can definitely speak to their efficacy in my own life, and I'd love to hear if you've tried any of these products yourself. I welcome your questions and your comments, and as always, please do not forget to visit me at my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.